Guys, we almost missed our train.
From Venice?
No, from Florence to Venice.
Venice to Florence?
No, Florence to Venice.
Florence to Venice.
Because we were hungry.
Because we was hungry.
And we were cheap.
So we had already been in Rome and we had already been in Florence. And we realized that breakfast is not a thing there. Hot breakfast is not a thing. And they don't have such big breakfasts either. But that's why it's called American breakfast. So you know the breakfast that we're used to with the sausage and bacon. So we were passing a McDonald's on our way to the train station. We were literally less than 5 minutes away from the.
No, it was not.
Okay, we were about 3 minutes away from the train station, and we decided that we want McDonald's. So the plan was, I'm gonna go to McDonald's, and Marco is gonna carry on into the train station with our luggage and wait for me.
Yeah, we got to the train station 20 minutes earlier just for McDonald's.
20 minutes.
Tons of time, you would think.
You would think tons of time because it's a fast
3-minute walk.
And it's a fast food restaurant. It's a fast
McDonald's,
food chain.
you're in, you're out.
I made my order. The girl told me that the sandwiches were gonna take 3 minutes. Something like that. So I was like, well, 3 minutes I can do. It's gonna be hot and fresh, that's fine. So I'm standing around and like 7 minutes goes by and I'm like, what the hell's going on here? So I have to get up and just be like, hi, I'm still waiting for my order. And then, you know, they're speaking in Italian, one person's trying to tell another person's trying to tell another person, like an assembly line. Like, hey, what's going on? And the girl goes, oh, sorry, it's just another minute. I'm like, well, I have a train to catch, so.
Meanwhile, I'm freaking out with all the luggage on the train. I found my seat and I was freaking out because literally this was 2 minutes before the train was leaving.
So anyway, I'm sitting there determined because I already paid for this shit. I've already invested my time to wait for this damn food, and the end of the day, we really wanted hot food. I wanted a hot breakfast.
I was just hungry.
So I'm standing there waiting, and I'm like, shit, the time's getting close, the time's getting close, the time's getting close. And people are starting to look at me, and I'm like, I don't care what it's gonna be. I'm not making a scene. I'm just saying, I'm not making a scene, guys. I know what you think. I wasn't making a scene. I was just like, hey, what's the status? Like, I have to go. She's just taking it out of the oven or whatever. I'm just like, oh my god, like there's like 5 minutes left to catch this train. I can't take the chance. So I literally have to walk out without the food. I had to walk out without the food, and my exit was a little dramatic. I remember that because I literally looked at her, I kind of flashed my hair and like walked away, and I'm like, no, I can't do this. So I start like lightly jogging over to the train station, which is again, it's like 3 minutes away. It's literally right there. So I get there and I'm like, shit, like. Oh my gosh, mind you, this whole entire trip, like we were taking trains and planes from city to city or whatever in Europe, and I was very prepared. I had printed out all of our documents. Don't try to make that face. Just so happens this one time,
it was with me.
It was in the folder, which was in my luggage, which Marco had, and I had my carry-on and I had a small bag, but it wasn't in there. In other train stations, there's someone there who they don't really check, but they just kind of take a quick glance at your itinerary before they let you onto the train, and then there's a machine that validates it. But this one, thank God, did not have any of that stuff. So I'm there running for my life without the documentation that I need, and I see the train that I'm supposed to take. So I look down because it's a straight path. I should be able to see. I'm like, Marco's gonna be waiting for me outside. I look down the entire like alleyway of where the train is, all the way down, just to see if I see Marco, and I can't see him.
Honestly, you know why? You know why she couldn't see me? Because at that point, I was ready to go.
You're hopeful.
I was like, you know what? She's gonna have to pay. I'm not paying for an extra ticket to go to fucking Venice. I already paid for this shit. If she missed it, I'm sorry. I'm gonna wait for her in Venice, not in Florence. I don't know if she was. I don't even know where she was. We were both having a panic attack. At the end of the day, I was a good person, and I took the luggage and I ran out of the train, and I was like, okay, fine, I won't leave without her.
So meanwhile, I looked down and I didn't see him, so I'm like, maybe this is not the train. So, and it was like the second train in the terminal, so I walked all the way down to like the 6th terminal just to make sure, and I'm like, no, none of them say they're going to Venice. It had to be that one. Yeah. So I run back now and I'm like, shit, and then they start making announcements saying the train is leaving like 1 minute before the train. Mind you, the train was supposed to have left like 2 minutes ago, so it's already somehow delayed.
This is the Lord helping us.
This is the Lord God himself helping us. So it was already delayed a little bit. So again, I get to the terminal, the right terminal, and I'm just trying to run down as quickly as I can to the end just to see where's Marco, where's Marco, where's Marco. I'm back in the terminal now, and I don't see Marco, so I jump into the train and just start walking through the train because there's no barriers in between. You can just walk through.
Meanwhile, she's walking through the cargo, whatever, the trains. That was the same time I was hopping back out and decided to be a good person. So, if karma really did try to get me back, I would have been left at the Florence station.
And I would have been on my way to Venice. So I don't see him, and it's literally saying, like, we're leaving now. So he very well might be just sitting down at our seats, and it might be at the back, or he might not be on this train. So I'm like, oh my God, we're leaving. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I take one last look outside. I peek my head outside. And who do I see?
Me with my luggages. Literally, I see her peek her head out, and I'm like, Francis, go back in. Literally, I throw the two heavy-ass luggages
They were so heavy.
back into the cart, and just as that happened, the doors closed. And we were on our way.
Threw the luggage in and jumped in, and the doors literally closed on us. Literally closed on him. Oh my God, like.
I'm like, trying to calm down, and she sat down too. We were both just catching our breaths from all the panic attack. So then I turned to her, and I was like, oh, so where's the McDonald's?
I had to leave it.
The disappointment I had at that moment.
Yeah.
You paid for it too.
I paid for it, yeah, so that's like fucking 10 euros down the drain, which is like 35 Canadian dollars.
And the worst part is the people in front of us, guess what they were eating?
McDonald's.
Freshly fried McDonald's.
We can smell the fries, like,
it was so good.
fresh
Honestly,
tickets.
the entire time when I didn't see Francine, all I was thinking was, how much is this next ticket gonna cost?
Because we bought it quite in advance,
And it was
right?
15 euros.
Yeah.
The matter of fact is, always stay knowledgeable because it turned out there was actually a McDonald's in the station.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Mom was calling.
I'm sorry. Sorry, my mom was calling me from Jamaica. It's okay, no,